Vegas. Come on, man, that's a match made in heaven right there. I'm talking about money making, corners on fire, airplanes full of money. Kick back, relax, like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the hype button. Let's get it, let's get it, let's go. What's up, man? We back at him again, man. Y'all already know the motto on the protocol. V Crime Story Time. Let's dive into it. So now today, y'all, we got a wicked and wild one. First and foremost, hit the like, hit the share, hit the subscribe, man. So now we got a little dude named Trey. Then we got a little dude named Danny. Now, Trey, he from Baltimore City, up and coming dude, you know, ripping and running. He's trying to make his footprint in the Baltimore City streets, man. He come from a bloodline full of hustler, shorty, a flat foot hustler, but he always had a love and a passion for that basketball court. I'm talking about, man. And a lot of people get caught up in the streets to the point where as though you really a phenomenal athlete. You really an outstanding member when it comes to the court, the field, the baseball, football, whatever you playing. But you look at it like, man, I'm in this community the way as though football not going to pay the bills right now, and I need money right now. And that's where a lot of people's dreams get veered at, and then you start to look at it like, man, you know what? Football, baseball, basketball not making me no money right now. I got to go where the bag is right now. And you start to veer off into the streets, and you start to do your 1-2, start to do things that you know you're not supposed to do. So now, Trey, you know, he stepped off into the game. He pumping on the corners. He got him a couple of little crews. He actually built his way to being a top dog, and I'm talking about a real big dog. But every Saturday, no matter what, he was going down Cloverdale, putting them hoops up, making sure he was getting his game tight, running a few games. He made sure that he never lost the love of the court, and he made sure that he kept himself together by playing basketball, whether that be him getting his cardio in, him, you know, just getting out there, getting the body movement, him showing his dedication to the game that he loved all his life. So now, one day, he out there cooling for real. He hooping. All the guys out there, I'm talking about, he going off, he dunking on people, he left-hand layup, spin behind the back, dime passes, he going crazy on the court. Competition pull up. Lord Danny, so now when Danny jump out, he pull up. Las Vegas tags jumping out, big boy shades on, chain swinging, nice little watch. Everybody looking like, man, one, who was that with some Las Vegas tags down here in Baltimore City? But then two, you got the eyeballs looking at him like, man, broads over there looking like, I don't care if the boy was from Mars. He looking good right there. What's going on with him? So now all the eyeballs is on him. He jump out, but he got a basketball bag on his shoulders. Boom. He step on the court. He say, man, can I get next? They say, yeah, come on. So now Trey right there looking like, can you get next? Who you think you is stepping on my court? He say, matter of fact, come on the court right now. Y'all got next. Boom. Trey pop a three. Nothing but the bottom of the net. He tell the dudes that he playing against, man, go ahead, get off the court, man. Let them get some bump. Boom. They step on the court. Him and Trey going at it. They both run point guard. I'm talking about they going head to head, banging with each other. Boom. Shorty come back down. Boom. Shorty pop a three. Clutch. Shorty pop a three. Clutch. I'm talking about they going crazy. They got the whole sideline going wild. But now Trey Ego get involved. He like, man, you know what? We got 5 more points to go, man. Bet 5,000 on it. Whole time, Lord Daddy go to the side. He say, man, you ain't said nothing, player. Let's make it 10,000. Trey like, no, keep it at 5. And if we got to run it back, we'll run it back for another 5. That'll make it 10. He say, all right, that's a bet. They get out there. Trey pop the game, winning 3. Boom, they win. He get the 5,000. He bust it down with the rest of his homeboys. They like, shit, run it back. They run it back again. Trey and them go off again, winning by 1 point. So they done won $10,000 a day. But now Trey looking at it like, man, who is this dude right here? Like, man, what's up with you, shorty? I like the way you move. I like that, you know, you bet that money. You had that money. And you ain't do nothing big yet. And you lost that money, man. True soldier. Boom. They dabs each other up. Danny like, man, you know, come holler at me in the car real quick, man. You know, I done heard some good things about you. So now Trey like, what, you done heard about me? He say, yeah, now Danny is in town. You know, he get into a little situation out Vegas. He shoot down here with his aunt. But while he down here, he looking for opportunity. He like, listen, man, you know, I know Baltimore really a gold mine. I heard a couple of good things about you because his aunt got a homegirl who is, okay, Danny's aunt, homegirl is Trey's aunt. So it's like they connected through both of their aunts. So now he like, man, you know, I done heard a couple of things about you from my aunt. She did with your aunt, so forth and so on. So now Trey like, oh, all right, you Miss such and such nephew. He like, yeah, that's my aunt. You know, don't really make it hot. She don't want, she don't want a lot of people to know that I'm down here. And if I get into something, I definitely don't want people to know that's my aunt. Trey like, all right, that's a bet. But that was a sign of trust. That was a slight sign of, listen, man, I done just told you who my people is, and I told you she don't really even want it like that because if I do something to somebody down here, they gonna come back and get at her, which was a smart move. So now they lock in. They sitting in the car, they doing they 1-2. He like, listen, man, you know, I got a nice little connect out Vegas on anything you need, and I ain't talking about no kid weight. I'm talking about pounds and bricks, baby. So now the whole time Trey like, shit, man, that's exactly what I need because, like I told you, Trey is on the rise. He got about 4 or 5 corners, but it's like, you know, any given week it could be good product, any given week it could be bad product, any given week the plug might be running short. He ain't got everything that I really need. So him getting a line from a dude with a Las Vegas connect that's able to send whatever I need whenever I need it, and he gonna come with so much that by the time he get his package off, shit, man, we done damn near hit the jackpot. So he like, I mean, shit, what you working with? What the numbers looking like? They sit right there, they talk prices, they talk work. All right, look, man, with the coke going for, with the smack going for, with the weed going for, with the pill game looking like, man, y'all got the lean out there. Boom, they start running everything through. He like, shit, listen, I'm gonna go back next week. When I come back down here the week after that, man, you gonna lock in, man, and we gonna take these motherfucking cities over. So now, Danny playing from the mindset of, I got some shit out Las Vegas that I really can't move the way that I know I can move it here in Baltimore. Trey looking at it like, I got a gold mine with not enough product. Bing, this is a match made in heaven. So now, 2 weeks go by, Danny laying back at BWI. He come through, everything clear. He like, shit, man, you know what's up? I got it. Trey like, shit, meet me on my block. Danny come down the block. They go ahead and swap. Trey give him half the money for all the price. And I'm talking about he came with paints of lean, bags of perks, bars, strips, grass, straight C, raw. Man, he got it all. So now Trey like, man, we on. He get about 4 or 5 of his top lieutenants. They all hit the track spot. They get the bag and the tag and that shit. He go ahead and distribute. They get back to the street. They start to flush that shit. I'm talking about, man, it's like good product sell itself. So if you got real lean, you got real perks, you got real balls, you got good smack, good grass, that shit gonna sell itself. All you gotta be willing to do is govern the shit. All you gotta be willing to do is, man, ain't nobody taking nothing from me, and sling that iron if need be. Once you do that, man, you in the green. Whole time they do just that. Couple of situations jump out the way as though niggas in they habits try to, man, they got so much lean, niggas is trying to rob them for the shit. They having shootouts, niggas is trying to go about the perks. They having shootouts about that because, like I told you, Trey got about 5 blocks, so 3 out of his 5 blocks is going to war with niggas just to get their foot in the door. Like, man, listen, don't get it fucked up. Yeah, we always been fly laid back, but you niggas come around here playing, man, we gonna pin y'all to your ass about this money. We ain't going for that. And they looking at it like, man, we trying to fight and protect a bigger thing. Like, man, we got a motherfucking connect from Las Vegas, man. We can't have you down here thinking like, man, these niggas can't protect the product, so now he ready to start either chucking us out or not trying to deal with us. No, we going all the way about this shit because everybody was making so much money. I'm talking about new cars, new chains, new watches. Everybody shining, so niggas is willing to go all the way out about this money and this product and these motherfucking corners. So now, you know, the Danny come and holler at Trey like, listen, man, you know, I see your boys is doing they 1-2 because a couple of Trey soldiers had ended up getting booked for the gunplay. So now Danny like, listen, man, you know, I got some good lawyers on retainer. I'll bring them down here. They'll go ahead and spank that shit. Your peoples will be out easily. But I also got some muscle out Vegas that, you know, I can bring down here because they unfamiliar faces. Whole time Trey say, man, that's a bet. Bring them down. Whole time Danny call a couple of his shooters from Vegas, fly them in. They attend to some street beef that's going on in Baltimore. But at the same time, Trey extend his hand like, look, if you got some Vegas bump, I got some Baltimore shooters that'll go out there and flush that shit too. He say, man, I'm glad you said that. I got some shit going on with a dude I'm trying to take over his territory. You think I could ball a couple of bodies for some muscle? Trey say, hell yeah. He sent 3 of his top soldiers. They go out there, head tap 3 niggas, jump back on the plane, come back down. So now it's more deeper than just a drug connection. Blood done been shed. Money done been made, man. We locked in for life. And this is the mindset that Danny and Trey start to run with. So it get to the point where every 3 weeks, Danny jumping on the plane, shooting out Vegas, flying that shit back in. Or him and Trey jumping on the plane, flying out there together to the point to where as though Danny trying to make Trey a lieutenant. Like, man, I want you to fuck you just buying it from me. Now, you done ran your money up because they go on this run for about a year or 2. You done ran your money up so much the way as though you got enough to not invest in me, but invest with me. So now they going half on a big package. Now, Trey coming back down, he getting bigger and bigger, but with that come jealousy, envy, and you know the conniving motherfucking game. So now dudes within his crew, they want to be like Trey. So they start to, kind of like crumble within itself, because now that Trey has escalated, somebody got to replace Trey spot as the number one head guy that's going to deal with all these blocks. So all 5 of the blocks, they start to kind of go at each other like, man, no, you should make me the leader, Trey. No, fuck him. And then, they start talking about each other, which leads to gunplay in the streets. A couple of the lieutenants ended up taking out each other. So now Danny's starting to step back like, man, what the fuck going on in your organization? Motherfuckers should be happy that everybody getting money, but he can see this the one thing about Baltimore that's different from Vegas. Niggas are killed about power. Out Vegas, niggas might cry, complain, and talk about it. Here, if a nigga wants your spot and he got the heart to do it, he tapping your motherfucking head to get that shit. So now, Daddy starting to get a little scared. He started to say like, man, Trey, I don't know if I can do this shit no more. I don't know if you really got control, even though they got a brotherhood in the bond. Man, one day Trey have a meeting with his lieutenants. They say, man, Trey, listen, we from Baltimore, man. That nigga from Vegas, man. Fuck, yo, you know what you gotta do. Man, get that last package. Go ahead and water whip him. Bake that cake, come back down. We gonna spank him. And, we just go from where we go from there. We already got enough money. Yeah, we might not be able to go from that nigga that he put you in contact with if he on some bitch ass shit. But if he a man, he should understand the game and still be able to serve us. Whole time Trey say that's a bet, because he for the home front and he gonna make sure by any means, man, you never compromise the enterprise. So boom, he ends up doing that. He put Danny in the oven, bake him a cake, because now Danny trying to back away. Andy on some old sucker shit, because shit that just come with the streets. Like, man, I know how to handle my motherfucking regime. So now they go out there, place a big order, they come back, they get to the little condo duck off spot. Trey had 2 shooters out front. They come in the apartments acting like they try and rob them. They ends up hitting Shorty 2 times down. Bang, bang. They go ahead and down Danny. They wrap the body up, get him up out of there. And from there, Trey continued to run the power. But Trey did reach out to the Connect and tell him like, look, man, some shit end up going left. I ain't really going to be fucking with Danny no more. Is that going to be a problem? The Connect says the money still going to be the same. He said, yeah. He said it ain't going to be a problem at all. So the Connect really looking at it like, man, I don't give a fuck what y'all got going on. I ain't in this business for friends. Y'all buying keys, I got keys. Y'all buying pounds, I got pounds. Y'all buying paints, I got paints. So long as that motherfucking money add up, I ain't going to have my security do nothing to y'all. Whatever you and Danny had going on, that's between y'all. So the Connect continued to serve Trey. Trey continued to shoot out Vegas on that plane, bring that motherfucking work back. And he rose to become one of the biggest kingpins inside of Baltimore City. But he was known as the legacy of, man, Shorty had that Baltimore-Vegas Connect for them 2-3 years, man. That shit was a fucking movie. But this is why I tell y'all, man, don't get involved in the streets. Stay out the way. Stay out the game, because you never know the roads that you got to take, the peaks and the valleys, and you never know who fighting for power or what that person to do for power. But with that being said, thank y'all for riding with me. You forever out there with your boy stories with me. At this time, one more time for me, mob. Like, share, comment. I repeat, body slam that subscribe, body slam that hype. We'll be at 100K in no time. Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it. Let's go. Shout out to Drake.